Welcome to 100 Proof Radio with Jay Wesley, your weekly journey into examining your spirit choices and social etiquette in different settings. Do you know the written and unspoken rules about ordering and consuming alcohol during a night out on the town with your friends, at office holiday parties, or when hosting at home? Well, pour your favorite drink and get ready for an unfiltered, enlightening, and comfortable ride. Sip back and relax. And welcome to 100 Proof Radio with Jay Wesley.
Thank you all for tuning in to the 44th episode, which is Cocktails and Food. How do I infuse alcohol with my food? Do you cook with alcohol? Be sure to tune in during the Cause in this third segment to let us know how you cook with alcohol. There is truly a science when it comes to pairing alcohol with food. Certain drinks and certain foods pair very well, while some pairings could actually do more harm than good. It is very important to pick drinks with characteristics that contrast the flavors in your food, ultimately creating the perfect pair. Tonight on Rolling Out, we will have a healthy, mature, and fun dialogue with cocktail insiders and chefs and pastry chefs to talk about how they cook using alcohol. So I'm going to go down to my far left with Chef Eric. How are you, sir?
How you doing, Jay?
Excellent. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
My name is Chef Eric Dukes with the House of Food, private chef and catering. Cook for a lot of NFL players. I think I met you at the official pro player party.
Yep.
And I got some.
Food was slamming.
always, man. But today I got you a French classic dish, a steak au poivre with a cream sauce that's been infused with cognac.
All right. Well, I can't wait to try it. And to my right here, we have a pastry chef, Shakina Jones. How are you?
I'm fine.
Excellent. So put the mic up for you a little bit closer. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm Shakina Jones. I'm the CEO of Dip Confections. And it's been around. I've been playing with it for about 7 years. It all started as a gift to my cousin because I had a gift for her birthday party. So I was like, what can I get her? So I got down and went to the kitchen and baked, and I was like, oh, I have some alcohol. Let's see what I can do with it. So that's where it all began.
Interesting.
So today I've prepared a watermelon, because it's summer, called Watermelon Splash Cupcake. And I infused it with Tequila 1800. And I also have Salty Me, which is salted caramel cupcake, one with caramel vodka and the other with Bohemian banana rum.
All right. I'm looking forward to trying it. And to my left here, God brought him into the studio yesterday.
I agree.
He just walked in on something else, and he's here right now. So, Chef Wood, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Man, how y'all doing today? Quick story. I'm Chef Wood from St. Louis. I'm fresh to Atlanta. I'm an artist originally. Fell in a little trouble and ended up getting a second chance by going to culinary school. Got out, got a food truck, linked up with Nelly, and kind of started the professional and the private catering thing. Got a food truck, and my entertainment skills, I guess, led me down to the rolling out business. So I'm here, and today we got Douce wings from you. So shout out to Ruggs and the rest of the Douce team. We got the bread and butter infused Douce wings, so it'll get you lit and they lit as well. So
All right. Well, I'm definitely looking forward to it. And my favorite part of the show is the 1 minute sip break. So if you're not drinking, be sure to go have a drink so that you can drink with us. And we have Derek here who's going to tell us what we are sipping on. So Derek, how are you today?
I'm good.
Derek is with Mobile Cocktails ATL. So take it away.
So today we're doing a 404 martini. It's a cocktail that I came up with myself.
Yep.
And it's this deconstructed cherry coke.
We'll get a producer to come hold the microphone for you. Thank you, Jasmine.
So it's a martini, so it's almost all booze. So we're gonna put in 2 shots of whiskey. I'm actually using a Canadian whiskey because I'm from Minnesota, so it's pretty similar. And then a pretty easy to find product at most liquor stores is Real products, and this is their black cherry. So I'm gonna put, maybe a 1/4 ounce in there, and shake it up just to get it all infused. The drink is actually pretty easy to do for most people. It's not too bartendery, and we're gonna serve it over a large ice cube. That you get these things at Amazon or wherever. The neat thing about the cocktail is actually what happens next. So I took a nice balsamic vinaigrette and Coca-Cola and cooked them down a little bit, put a little bit of basil in there, and now I'm going to spray it over the drink, and that's the Coca-Cola portion of the cherry Coke. And it actually works as a smell component to the cocktail. It's really fantastic. So cheers for having me in, guys.
Cheers. Let's give it a
Cheers.
try. So what's the name of this drink?
The 404 Martini. 404
The
being
40.
Atlanta.
Okay.
And Atlanta's about Coca-Cola, so it's a cherry Coke. It's kind of fun. It kind of incorporates all the things that are happening here.
Are you bringing that drink that we had last night?
We are going to have that drink next.
Okay, we don't have to
I'm not
surprise
gonna
them.
tell you what we're saying, but we'll get to that.
You all have to stay tuned to know about the next drink coming up. But do you cook with alcohol?
Yeah, so I actually cook quite a bit. I don't think I could hold a candle to these guys, but so all the food that we had at that event last night, I made. And so
It was
the first thing I
delicious.
made was a barbecue sauce. The first thing I did was I poured it in a can of Budweiser.
I like that corn.
Yeah.
What type of corn was that?
So that corn it won the award at Whole Foods that year for the best menu item that they'd come up with. It was really just simple: corn, feta cheese, and lime. And the two of those play with each other, not unlike doing the Mexican street corn. It's kind of like
Right.
that. So it was
Chicago.
absolutely fantastic. Yeah, the
Right.
lime and the feta is really something else.
Yeah, I loved it. So, did you all enjoy the drink? Y'all like it?
Yes.
Very much so.
Yeah.
All right, excellent. So, thank you so much for being here today. So, we are going to go into our first segment, which is Shake It Up, because we are about to shake up our palates with some good food. We got some water here so we can rinse our palates in between each dish. And so, who wants to go first? Anybody?
Ladies.
Dessert is always last.
Okay, there it is. That-
True.
We'll
All
start
right.
off with the heavy stuff.
So you know what? We're gonna start off with looks like an appetizer. So that's gonna be you, Chef Wood.
All right, say less.
All right.
So, how do we go about this?
So tell us what we have, and we're about to experience it.
So,
Look like you got some chicken wings here.
very much so. Lately I've been dealing with a lot of people on health kicks. So a lot of people been trying to stay away from fried foods and things of that nature. So lately I've been baking my wings. The company is called Bread and Butter. So we have to infuse a little butter in there with this douce and a few special sauces. I see it falling off the bone for you right there, my man. So, but again, yeah, this is just bread and butter baked wings with a douce and flavored. So it has a little brown sugar, a little bit of my hot sauce, and again, some stuff that I couldn't tell you I have to kill you. So.
Oh, man.
So you work with some prominent artists. So I heard you mention Nelly, but
Yeah.
you've connected with some people here in Atlanta. So
Of course,
tell
of
us a little
course.
bit about that.
Yeah, since I've been down here, I've cooked for Benzino, I've cooked for Bankroll Fresh and their whole family. I cooked for Street Exec. I cooked for a ton of other artists, man. I'm not really the type of name drop. My family down here, he's executive producer for Love and Hip Hop, so I've crafted many of their sets and along with a lot of other up-and-coming videographers and stuff. So it's just a lot going on, man.
Okay, cool. And so how long have you been here in Atlanta?
I've been back and forth. I've been down here about a week, though.
And how long have you been cooking?
I've been cooking since 2013.
Since 2000, so that's when you got caught up in some trouble. So
Yeah.
what would you tell young men out there that want to, that's caught up in the streets, caught up in trouble, and what advice would you give them? Is cooking the way to go?
Of course. I mean, honestly, just to keep it short, when I got in trouble, God blessed me with the situation of probation. And he asked me, like, what was your career? And I had a little distribution deal when I was 16. So I told him I was a rapper. He was like, that's not going to cut it. And I sat back and I just thought about, like, if I'm really the hustler that I think I am, I should be able to hustle anything. And along with that, I thought about what did I spend my most money on? What did I spend the most money on throughout the day? And I realized it was food. The convenience of food, triple about 5 times. So if you're a hustler, you can think and just know you can buy a can of green beans about sell them for $40. Green beans cost about $5 at Aldi's, right? You know what I'm saying? So I don't know nothing that triple like that. So like I said, if you're a real hustler and you really about getting money, it should be that shouldn't be your only way of getting out. You
Right.
know? And I come from a real hard place.
What advice do you give people that's trying to cook with alcohol?
Do it at your own risk. Like, it's not about getting drunk. You got to,
Right, because a
very
lot of
influential.
the alcohol get cooked out in the process.
Very
a lot of
much
people
so.
don't realize
Very
that.
much so. As soon as you put it in, it
so you
mixes
can't
with
get
something.
drunk necessarily eating alcohol
If
infused
that's your
food.
goal,
so-
slow down. Yeah, slow down. You go
You
waste a
said
lot of liquor
food,
trying
not
that.
dessert.
It does
Right.
take 3 hours for it to cook out, though.
3 hours. So
3 hours.
Chef Eric, this is a good segue into you. So with the main course you have, so tell us about it.
Well,
As I pull it close to me.
I got a classic French dish called a steak au poivre. And it is a seared peppercorn crusted steak strip, a New York strip, with a cream sauce that's been infused with cognac. And I got a little baked potato on the side that's filling.
Good, chef.
But it's one of the first dishes that you learn how to make when you in culinary school. And it teaches how to saute, it teaches how to make sauces, introduces you into cooking with alcohol.
So you're not afraid to cook with alcohol.
No.
How long have you been cooking with alcohol?
All my life. I've been cooking for about 30 years. I started when I was about 6 years old. I used to watch my mother bake. Of course, she used brandy and stuff for her rum cakes and fruit cakes. And
Interesting. You can relate to that, huh?
so, yeah. Then I like marinate meats and stuff with wine.
So should people be afraid to cook with alcohol?
No, not at all. You know,
What advice do you have for them?
my advice is to use what you like to drink. You don't have to go out and buy nothing expensive, because the expensive wines and stuff, they tend to lose the flavor or the intensity after cooking. So I would advise anybody that's going to cook with alcohol to go out and just use what they like to drink.
Right. Okay. Interesting. So let's go over here to Shakina with the desserts. So tell us what we have here.
The pink one is watermelon splash. And it has 1800 tequila in it. And I flavored it with something, and it tastes like key lime. I won't tell you what that something is. I have to kill you.
All right.
That's good. Too.
And the second one, if you have a piece of caramel candy on the top.
Wait a minute. Hold up. Why do I feel like alcohol just dripping out? Like it seemed like it was centered, like a center of like it just, when I bit into it, it literally like went down my tongue like a drizzle.
That's what I'm looking for.
Wow. So tell us, you said this is 1800?
Tequila, yes.
I can taste it.
You should be able to. One Sunday,
Chef Eric, how long does it take to cook out alcohol?
It takes 3 hours for the alcohol to completely cook out.
Interesting. So you mustn't really cook these all the way.
But I think what she did.
it takes 15 minutes
over
at
it, huh?
most. Hey, chef. Hey.
You got me licking my finger on TV.
You should. All of that. You can have mine if you want more.
Okay. So go ahead, finish. I interrupted you. We're on the next one, right?
Oh, yeah, before. See, my sister and I, one Sunday, I was making them. I was like, let's go around and taste other people's infused cupcakes to see. So we stopped at this one spot. We spent like $25 just to pull up at the gas station and throw them away. They were dry. You couldn't taste anything. So I said, I got them beat. I just need to get to the world. And here I am.
To the world. So for people that want to bake with alcohol, I imagine people are probably more afraid to bake with alcohol versus cooking with alcohol. What advice would you give those people out there that's maybe thinking about doing it but afraid to do it?
Just do it. I mean, all you can do is add more or throw them away.
Let me tell you. This is delicious.
Thank you.
Yes.
You have
Very
the
delicious.
banana rum.
So this is the banana rum.
Yeah.
So what do they have? We have different things?
The one in, what's your name?
Chef Eric?
Yeah, I've tasted both, and they are spectacular.
So you have banana and you have the vodka.
Yeah.
Who has the vodka?
Yeah.
The caramel vodka.
Okay.
The
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I see
So what do
going
you all
on
think of them?
It's-
You like
I
the
think
caramel
they
vodka?
fire, man.
Thank
well,
you.
Yeah.
See, y'all gonna have to collaborate.
Look,
you
I'm
know?
not.
That's great.
I'm not a big sweet eater, but these are.
Yeah,
bomb.
and that's the
Thank
thing,
you.
Chef
Yeah.
Eric. I was gonna say the same thing. I am not a sweet eater at all. Like I don't buy sweets, but
Yeah.
I could throw these back all day. So, so yeah, you
you.
definitely have
I
to leave
really
me with a
appreciate
couple of these.
You can have them.
Yes.
You can
Okay.
have
Thank you. So
Thank you.
for chefs in the future, where do you all see alcohol and cooking going? Because there's not a lot of it, or you don't hear a lot of it. Do you all have any prediction of?
Well, the first time I really experienced alcohol in cooking was I went to Europe and France. And one of their main staples, French onion soup, is made with white wine. And I think what it is it's starting to trend here in America with like the barbecue sauces, the bourbon
Right, 'cause
sauces.
I made, the
and
first thing I
stuff.
made was beer can chicken when I was in school. So, yeah.
So I think with the smoking meats aspect and the whiskey sauces here, I think it's really going to start picking up.
Interesting. So once again, we are in our 44th segment of 100 Proof at our new home of Rolling Out. And tonight we are discussing cocktails and food. How do I infuse alcohol with my food? Hashtag the perfect pair. So we have three wonderful chefs up here that have infused steaks and wings and cupcakes. And so we want you to take the challenge and cook with alcohol. Don't be afraid, as you've heard them say. If you cook with alcohol already, be sure to tune in 9 minutes from now for our Causing a Stir segment. And this is where you get to tell us, how do you cook with alcohol? What are your main dishes? Because we're also going to learn from Derek in our next sip segment about pairing with alcohol. What goes good with what? Is it still the rule that if you're eating white meat, you have to drink white wine, and if you're eating steak, you have to drink red wine? Does those rules still exist? Who made up those rules? Should you be drinking Moscato at a dinner because it's considered a dessert wine? A lot of people don't realize that. It's an unwritten rule that you shouldn't. So we're going to learn more about pairing your alcohol with food. Is there really a red wine versus white wine rule when it comes to meats, pastas, and even desserts? When pairing, do you go with your taste buds, are craving, or do you stick to the golden rules of drinking? So let's dive back in here. And these wings are made with Douce. So hopefully Colin is watching. Colin is the vice president of Douce,
Shout out
which
to
Douce
Colin.
is owned by Bacardi. And I love some wings.
Man.
Tearing them up.
Yeah, I'm hungry, so I saved my appetite. I didn't eat all day for real, y'all.
Right.
I didn't eat all day, so I can have an appetite. So
Take it in, man.
yeah, so how's Atlanta treating you? And let me tell y'all about Wood. I told you he dropped in the studio. We did open pitches. We're gonna be launching Rolling Out Live starting September. So he came and pitched the show. So why don't you tell us real quickly, or tell the people what your show would be about if you're selected here at Rolling Out.
All right. The show's called The Kitchen, and again, about a little brief thing I told you about. Again, the show's called The Kitchen, and it pretty much just harps on me just expressing my love for the art, you know, as far as music and as far as food. So it pretty much bases me. I interview restaurateurs.
I need some ranch dressing for
Do you?
these wings.
Dude, they falling apart. Yeah. So basically, I interview restaurateurs like Eric and chefs and prominent people in the industry, and I pretty much just highlight them, just like Jay's doing right now on this platform. But I try to ask, you know, more in-depth questions because I'm a chef, so I kind of try to get past the thing, food. You know, I want to ask about what really, you know, makes you want to further the culture and be a good part of this community. And
So
secondly,
what we're gonna do a test with you right now.
Okay.
We're gonna make this a little audition for you.
All right.
So that I can finish eating and slamming back.
All right.
I'm gonna let you take over the show. You finish the interviews up
Nice.
for the next 6 minutes before we go into the next segment,
Okay, no problem.
so I can eat.
All right, now going to Eric, man, tell me, what's some of the pet peeves you have? Like when people say, you're a chef, or you booking? Let's say some of the booking issues you get to before you actually get the bag, the money.
One of my pet peeves is a lot of people think you can cater for 100 people for $3.
I know, right? It's a shame, right?
It's just impossible.
It
man,
is.
especially when they want seafood.
Yeah, and you gotta know your worth as well.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah, if you don't know your worth,
you go
you'll
for
never
anything.
succeed.
Exactly. Especially down here,
Right.
you have a lot of millionaires trying to pay you $3 too.
Right.
Shocking.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So sometimes you just gotta have to say no.
Yeah. Put
Eric,
your
I'm,
foot down.
I'm tasting this steak over here, man. It's slamming.
Okay, thank you.
So I see pink in it. So tell us a little bit rule of, because sometimes we kill the meat.
Yeah,
Like we
acupuncture.
kill it, and especially black folks, we don't necessarily like to see no pink
At all.
in our food. So tell us, what's the rule? Is there a rule around
Well,
pinkness,
medium.
medium rare? What is this? What is this considered?
That's considered medium rare.
Okay.
Um,
So if I went to a restaurant, I would say this is too
yeah.
not done or whatever.
I
would
mean,
say.
if I was cooking for you personally,
Mhm.
I would cook it to your liking. But just for presentation, most chefs cook it a rare, medium rare.
And that's the more of the proper way, because when you cook it well done, you're cooking all of the nutrients and vitamins out of it.
Out of it,
Cook
right.
the nutrients, the flavors. the
Can you
juice.
barbecue with
You can barbecue it.
with alcohol?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
Yes, you can.
Well, I'm giving it back to you. I'm
I know.
sorry. I just had to jump in there.
So how do
I
you
need
put
to
your
finish
heels
eating.
down when someone's trying to, shortcut you or shortchange you?
I think it's just in my personality. It's just no, I won't do it. This is the price,
Yeah.
and this is what you're going to have to pay, or we'll speak later.
I'm
at
good,
at
love, and
another
joy.
date, and
I'm good, love, and joy.
Mhm.
Yes, I get that. I like that. So,
Mhm.
what actually made you, get into cooking? Like, was it?
Well, my mother is a baker. As a child, believe it or not, I never, ever, ever wanted to go into the kitchen.
Sound like me.
She was like, Shakina, come in the kitchen and watch me cook. And I'm like,
Right.
And so once my dad was like, no, y'all, I'm not going to burn my kitchen down, I was ecstatic. So I never really wanted to do it, but it kind of fell in my lap.
Man.
So it's here. So,
That's your
use
bread and
what-
butter.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Use what I've given you.
Yeah.
So.
I'm gonna get back to these cupcakes when I finish my meal over here. So,
Okay.
Any
I
highlights?
forgot about you.
Any highlights? My classic piece, the first piece that I've done, I call it a B-52, because that's a drink that was introduced to me in San Juan.
Okay.
And
So you
it is-
travel.
Yeah.
Your passport crazy.
Hey.
All right.
So
Alright.
for those of you out there watching, if you think Chef Wood should get a show on Rolling Out, chime in and let us know that he
yeah,
makes the
chime
cut. Be sure to go to Rolling Out's Facebook page and make your comments there.
Yes.
We are 4 minutes away from our Calls in the Stir segment, so get ready to tell us how you cook with alcohol. Go ahead, Chef
Alright.
Wood, take it back away.
And just for the people chiming in, the second half of the show, I bring on dope artists, from Grand Hustle to Dreamville and things of that nature. And we actually interview them, talk about what they got going on, what mixtape, what album art they working on.
Your wings are kind of messing up my suit because
Bro.
it's drizzle.
Okay,
They messed
so
up
what,
my shirt.
so what I'm gonna do tomorrow, I'm gonna holler at my people at the cleaners off on Cascade that I've met that I go to for situations like this, and I'm gonna see if I can
Yes.
bring through some complimentary, because everybody gonna have a cleaner bill after the night.
So
Yes.
tell us about the sauce. What is the sauce? Can you describe it? It has a little spice to it. Tell us
Okay,
about
for my people from St. Louis, y'all know this is just some original Schnook sauce with my kick. you know. But from people that's not hip to schnooks, I kind of brought that sauce down here and put my own kick to it. Again, it has kind of a sweet as well as a spicy flavor. I know y'all kind of taste the brown sugar in it, but as well, you kind of taste like a hot sauce kick to it as well. And with the, you like that? You like that? All right. Then
I
we
still
gonna
wish
mix
I
it.
had my ranch dressing though, y'all. Can somebody out there bring me some
You
ranch
making your way
dressing?
through it without the ranch though. By the time you get here, I think you gonna be done. I'm just keeping the buck with you.
Ranch. They're perfect. As you can tell, my bones.
Man, so yeah, we mixed it with Douce just to get you that kick and try to get you a little, you know, a little laid back. And as I see, I'm sorry
Why,
about the
why
other guys.
Douce? Like, you know, any particular reason you chose Douce?
I'm looking for Colin. He know what's going on. He know what's going on. You know, we trying to get that little kitchen love. And
I'm
Douce,
gonna
I'm
make
a
sure he
drinker.
gets this too.
Yeah, I'm a definite Douce drinker. So like he said, you know, you drink with what you cook with what you already drink with. And I'm not doing product placement. I ain't getting paid for it unless I'm already an avid customer. So Douce the gang. So we drink already with it. SL Lounge, what's up?
Y'all see this?
Yeah.
I killed them wings. I told y'all I saved my appetite. So we are 1 minute away from the Cause and the Stir segment. This is where you get to chime in and we get to hear from you. So be sure to go to Rolling Out's Facebook page and write your questions. Meanwhile, we're getting ready for another sip break. And this is where we have our liquor sponsors to make drinks for us. And tonight we have one of Atlanta's #1 bartenders. He's not better than me though. I'm #1. He may be #2, but he has his own bartending company. So if you ever need a bartender, and if I'm not available, you can always call Derek. So Derek, take it away for us.
So this drink is something we had last night. I think everybody at my party enjoyed it. I had an employee party last evening. And it was given to me as something you can drink all day long at the pool, drink it at the beach, and its name is Dick Juice. So the guy came up with it. His name is Dick, and that's what the name of the drink is. We're not changing it.
I told the people that they had a surprise. So
Funny as hell.
so Dick Juice. So so
What?
what's
Wait.
I don't know if I want that.
what?
I'm gonna pat these two.
Right. So, what's in Dick Juice? Can you gonna make one live?
I'm gonna make one right now. All right. So with most cocktails, you have a base alcohol. If there's a second alcohol, it's a 3-to-1 ratio. So we have an ounce of vodka.
Nobody's have to stick their dick in it, do they?
They do not.
I will hope
They
not.
better not. It might not work afterwards though. And then a half an ounce of spiced rum. We've got Captain Morgan today. So the remainder is ginger ale and cranberry. And then the kicker, which is kind of weird, is that it's got grape juice in it. So I was told by the friend who told me about this, this isn't her kind of cocktail, but she drinks this all the time at the beach, and she said this is hangover proof.
Derek, you know you're gonna have me roasted. I can see people taking
Saw you drinking
clips
drink
of this.
Yeah, Dick Juice last night, Jay. I saw you. All alone now.
So
Drunk
I
off the Dick
think,
Juice.
like you said, you drink and you eat
And
what
we
you
in
like.
Atlanta, man. You cannot have me drinking Dick Juice in Atlanta.
Can I ask a disclaimer? Is there something that we actually can mix with this to make this like vagina juice or anything like that? 'Cause you got
It
something.
doesn't mean
got
you
something-
attract dick.
I'm just saying, like, cause you emphasized cocktail, and that threw me off too. You was like, if you put the cocktail and stuff, so it's just a lot of
It's funny that you
dick
mentioned
insinuations that.
My
I just-
company is called Mobile Cocktails ATL,
All right.
and all of my emails end up in people's spam because of the word cocktail.
Okay.
Right.
So
yeah.
I didn't think of that.
You
but
know your
it's too
fan
late.
base.
6 years
All right.
later, we do 300 events a year, and I don't know what happens, but every once in a while somebody misses my email because Mobile Cocktails.
Okay.
Right, I experienced that too with Cocktail Chronicles. A
Yeah.
lot of emails go to people's spam. So, wow, how can people find you?
So we're on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and all that stuff, but the easiest place is, just our website, mobilecocktailsatl.com. My phone rings and I answer it almost every time, whether I'm bartending or not.
You like that lawyer? I answered the phone.
Well, for me, it's always been that way. I can get away and do fun stuff like golfing or fishing, but I'm also going to be working all the time. So when I'm in line for my wedding, I'm going to have my phone on me.
Right.
So
So tell us a little bit about rules of drinking and pairing with alcohol. Does that rule still exist? If you're eating white, you have to drink white. If you're eating red, you have to drink red.
I stick to some of that, but the biggest sommelier around in Atlanta, he's a master somm and a master wine guy. He was telling his class, what do you drink with? And he named a specific food. And, they come up with this answer and that answer because they're trying to be smart and they're going to class for this. And he said, whatever the effing client wants,
Wow.
And so it comes down to that. Now, I mean, if you do something sweet with a spicy Thai food, that makes sense. But if you like, a sweet drink or a tequila drink or a vodka drink, that's fine. I have stuff that I don't do. I don't do anything real hoppy. I don't do Belgians. They get too spicy and I can feel it right away. And I don't like gin. So a lot of the new stuff going on in alcohol is not for me.
Right.
But porters and stouts, I love them. I love anything whiskey. My huge thing the last 5 years is tequila. That's where I geek out.
Have you heard anybody cooking with L's?
Not that I know of, but I'm sure.
Okay. Because I was just thinking, like, maybe if you, swap that out for, like, beer.
Yeah.
Maybe, like, all the things that Angry Orchard is doing now. If you, like, maybe did something with some of those, how would it come out?
I mean, I cook once a week, twice a week, and I would absolutely get. I would absolutely. I play around. I'm not afraid of things. I've ruined some stuff. Some of the big stuff right now. I mean, you see Saint Germain is coming into everybody's cocktails these days, and everybody likes to do something with a little herb in it or whatever. So taking stuff out of your garden, your basil and your rosemary can go into your cocktail, can go into your tequila and whatever.
Yeah, even thyme. I use thyme in a lot of my drinks. So a lot of people don't think of using their seasonings that they use for
Basil,
food,
for sure.
basil into the drink as well.
One of the funny cocktails that
Dick
I've
juice
always
is a funny cocktail.
Dick juice is a funny cocktail.
And you're gonna get me roasted because this dick juice is a little good.
Yeah.
The person who came up with this is probably watching.
He said it. Jay said it. My glass is half empty. But Jay said it.
I'm gonna let him say it for
I know all of Atlanta's probably gonna roast me, but it is kind of good.
So something that's fun to do, take a bottle of whiskey, drink the top eighth of the bottle, pour it to somebody, do whatever you want with it. But then take a simple syrup and put in as much mint as you can get into that simple syrup pot. Cook it into there for 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes. Put it in the whiskey. Put it in your freezer for 40, 30 days. And that's a mint julep that you'll drink straight out. You don't have to add nothing to it, and it's just amazing. And the mint's like in there. It's not just, kind of floating on top, and it really infuses it in there. That's a fun
Interesting.
cocktail, and you can make it with, not that great a whiskey.
Right.
You don't need to use something expensive like Basil Hayden's or anything like that.
Right. So we are in the midst of our Causing a Stir segment. This is where we ask you questions, or you get to ask us questions. But right now, we want to know, how do you use alcohol in food? Do you cook with alcohol? If so, let us know. So we have my frat brother, Andrew Snorton, for those that didn't know him, A5 man. He says, looking forward to learning more about food and alcohol pairing. Stephanie Rhodes, we see you. Mari Alums, we see you. David Wright, he's a friend of the show. And David says, where you go, David? He says, loud, laughing out loud, G. And I was going to suggest that smoked salmon with capers. I lost you again, David.
I got you, David.
I'm not sure why
Like a
I
little
can't
Alfredo,
get to
too.
David.
Capers got it going.
Yeah,
Yes.
capers.
Yeah, he said I was gonna suggest that smoked salmon with capers and cream cheese, smoked meat, cool, crisp cocktail like Absolute Peach, Absolute Pear. I used to love Absolute Pear. Cranberry juice and pineapple juice. I would never have thought of alcohol-infused wings or cupcakes. Laughing out loud. Very creative, y'all.
Shout out, David. Man.
Thank you.
I see
All
you,
right.
dog.
Charmaine Cuff, we see you. In the words of Chef Woods. Tamika Morrison gives us a thumbs up. Jerry Curligan gives us a thumbs up.
Hey,
Laughing out
Curly
loud.
Gun.
That's one of your
Yeah,
people?
that's my people.
Curl a gun.
All right. Charmin Cuff said, I couldn't wait. Laughing out loud. Y'all lit.
Yes, we are.
We lit off dick juice.
Yeah,
We are.
yeah. But I'm gonna still let y'all say.
Hey, Derek, can we get another round of dick juice? All right. So,
That's a new line at the bar.
Just don't drink it by the jug.
You look famished.
So-
Dick juice.
Chef Wood, what do you think about? That's a good point. If there's a drink, and we live in a hyper gender sensitivity world, as a man, would you be afraid to go to the bar and it's on the menu?
I'm literally drinking
Would
dick
you-
juice with you right now.
Would you would you go and order it? If it's on the menu, it looks like what you would want. It's all the ingredients that you would want. Would you ask for dick juice?
Let me get that
Be
dick
honest.
juice. You know me, I'm from St. Louis, so we slang out everything anyway. So I'm like, yo, you got the D juice? He's like, what you talking about?
While he's
Yeah, y'all cut the words off.
Yeah, like we cut words off. And you got the D juice?
while
And we
he's
just
thinking, we just had
So
a
you're not gonna
reunion
just
in
say, give me
Nassau,
the D.
yeah.
and they had 3 drinks. One called Wet Pussy, Pink Panties, and Blue Balls.
Wow.
So going to the bar, hey, can I get some blue balls with
So-
a straight face?
So, I mean, would you ask for? I mean, were you
Yes,
afraid?
I
What was the
will.
other one you said?
Wet pussy, pink
So, would you go and
titties.
ask for?
Yeah, can I
Those
have
first
a...
two sound tasty.
I'll
See,
say-
but it's
I'll look
different.
dead in their eyes and say,
Chef
"Can I
Eric,
have
would
a
you
wet
agree that
pussy?"
it's different for women, that it's easier for her to go in?
Yeah,
and,
because I think I would have my woman to go order me the dick juice.
On the
Me
rock.
going up there.
On the rock.
Yeah.
I need a dick juice on the
It's like,
rock.
give me a jug of that.
Baby, you want this? You want the sugar, or the salt on there? I want the sugar on the dick juice.
Yeah.
Right. So we want to know what you all think about this conversation. So chime in and tell us, would you go and order, what you call it, wet pussy
A wet pussy,
Would-
pink titties,
sure,
or
for
blue
sure.
balls.
or dick juice? Would you order that? So let us know. But Charmaine Cuff, we see you. Sonia Jones, we see you. Charmaine says, I cook, but I'm learning. Cooking with wine sounds amazing. So, Chef Eric, you want to take that? Tell us something about cooking with wine. Is there any rules or do's or don'ts when cooking with wine? What's best to cook with wine?
You know what? You can cook everything with wine. You can marinate it with wine. You can make a lot of sauces with wine. One of the favorite things I like to do with wine is saute me some mushrooms with garlic, a little shallot, and then add some wine at the end and
Some lamb
reduce it.
chops.
And it makes a perfect sauce for red meat or chicken.
Interesting. So, Miss Pastry Chef, do you ever cook food with alcohol?
Is this thing going? I do not cook.
Wait a minute. So, who cooked these?
This is baking,
Okay.
which is different from
Still,
cooking.
it's all the same.
I don't have the patience.
So why don't you cook?
I don't
And why my
have
producers
the
didn't tell me
patience.
have a name tag on. So
I don't have the patience to cook.
That's crazy you say that.
Yeah.
I honestly feel that way about bacon.
Really?
Okay, with cooking.
Okay,
With
there we
cooking,
go.
with bacon, okay, the main mistake, salt, sugar, granulated sugar, flour.
Sift.
On a bad day, I don't know what
Yeah.
is what.
And then
What is
bacon-
what?
Oh my God.
And
Bacon
no,
is
I'm
what?
just saying like, and once you put it in, you can't take it out.
Yeah.
You
Now,
can't.
if
You
I'm
just have
cooking
to throw it
something, I'm
away.
like, okay, it needs
Yeah.
more salt or it needs less. I can doctor over the stove.
Yeah, you
You-
bakers have
I
to
heard
weigh
you
your
earlier. You was
stuff.
like, throw it away. I ain't
Throw it
losing
away.
no money. No, I don't throw
No.
nothing away. Yo, see, I can't even risk it. If I'm cooking it,
Listen.
somebody finna get it. If it was lemon pepper and it come out salt, it come out with a little sweet and tangy.
We
It's
can
still getting
salvage it.
sold. Yeah,
we
everything
can
gets
salvage
sold.
it.
I've thrown away at least at one time
Uh-huh.
24 cupcakes.
Whoa.
Just threw them away. You know why? Because they didn't look like I wanted them to look. And my sister said, Shakina, you are
wait. Next time you
crazy."
get ready to throw something away, just holla at me. Give me a call.
Sure.
All right. So
I do. I throw them away.
Desireen Cuff, she says fish. Tell us, what do you mean by fish, Desireen? Tell us more about that. Charmaine Cuff said, I would definitely go order all of that. So Charmaine is clearly a woman. So I guess it's easier for a woman to go and order drinks with these crazy nicknames around sex. But we order sex on the beach. I guess
Do we?
that's
Yeah.
different. You know?
That's a little different than actually saying
Yeah.
dick
I didn't know we
juice.
ordered sex on the. I didn't know we did that. I mean, I'm a Hennessy
But
and
you know,
Remy
but you
guy.
know after you
Yeah.
have a couple of dick juices and start to
You
say,
just
well, I'll
drinking
give me
whatever.
another
man.
dick.
He a lush, man. You gotta watch out for my dude eat. He
So,
got two
Eric,
dick juice in him. He ready
What's
to
your
go.
favorite drink by choice? What do you normally drink?
You know what? I'm a beer man.
Okay.
I love beer. But when I do drink liquor or alcohol, I like cognac, brandy. I actually like brandy with coffee.
Interesting. So what's your type of beer?
I
What-
love the dark beers, the dark stout beers. The Negro Modelo right now.
Oh, Modelo,
It's like,
strong.
boom,
Yeah,
pow.
yeah, Modelo.
All right, and we have another question out there for you, Chef Eric. She says, tell us about cooking. Can you cook fish with wine?
Yes, you could
Absolutely.
poach the fish in wine.
You can.
You could marinate the fish in wine. You can actually pan sear your fish with a little butter, a little lemon juice,
Get the
and
wine
then
on
pull your fish out and deglaze your pan with a little butter with a take some butter and a little flour, mix it together, and dump that in there, and it'll thicken it up and make a sauce.
Interesting. So we have Jamise Evans that says, I guess, and Jamise is a friend of the show. I guess the men are feeling some type of way about ordering fruity drinks. Why do men feel some type of way? I mean, is it shallow for us to feel that way? Do our black women
What's her
make
name?
us feel
Yeah. What's
some
her
type
name?
of way? Jamise.
Jamise, be honest. So if you got a guy at the bar with you and like, yo, I'm digging your style, yo, hold on, we at the bar. You need a drink, and you're like, what you drinking? And you say you drink whatever you drinking.
Dick juice.
Yeah, no, yeah, she wanted dick juice, and I'm like, can I get a loan? Like, can I get a sex on the beach?
Look,
Jamise,
but
so
we're
you
about
gonna
to
get
drink
this
some
guy
more
your
dick
number?
juice.
Yeah, we drunk off dick juice tonight,
You're
but
gonna get me put out of business.
my question is like,
I hope I have a show after this.
would Jamise give a man her number who was asked for a sex on the beach,
No.
So-
or a blue motherfucker, or
Yeah,
Wait,
blue,
we can-
but not sex on.
So we actually have Jamise in the studio. Let's have Jamise come up.
Jamise?
Jamise, you want to come?
Jamise is here.
Jamise is here in the
And
studio.
she
You,
heard everything
Where
we
is
say.
Where are you, Jamise? Jamise,
All right.
are you getting on somebody that asks us for a sex on the beach? Okay.
Come
so
on.
we have
Yeah.
Floyd Wilson that says, "I like your show, but I'm in my feelings, and I want to talk."
Come do the
not
challenge.
Yeah, go get some dick juice.
Yeah. That'll open you up.
Hey, it'll open you up.
That'll open you up.
Open for business.
So we have Charmaine Cuff. She says, "This is epic." We have Jamise says, "If he fine." So she answered you, Chef Wood.
Uh-huh.
She says, "If he's fine." Did that answer your question?
I mean,
All
I
right.
get, yeah, I guess.
If he's fine.
If he's fine.
Charmaine
That's shallow, Jamise.
Charmaine Cuff says he just asked for the digits. Like, I guess, should you have asked for more? She's.
I'm sorry, what, Charmaine?
Charmaine says he just asked for the digits.
Like for a date?
The
I'm not
phone
sure.
number, digits.
phone
Come on,
number.
y'all. The number.
Oh, she's saying I should just ask for the digits instead of asking for the sex on the beach. I agree, if that's what she's saying.
Right, I'm not
Yeah,
so
I'm
sure.
lost. I'm lost.
So,
Hey, Charmaine.
Charmaine, explain that a little bit more for us. So
But
tell us what you mean by that. We have X Amir says, "You are awesome." Thanks, Max. I appreciate that. We have my sister, Tanisha Taylor Bell, watching. What's up, T? Ask us some questions. Now, T feels this way. My sister is online.
Okay.
She would not date a man who orders a fruity drink, a sweet drink. So right now, Tanisha, the bartender, the sponsor tonight, made us dick juice. So we're drinking dick juice,
Yeah.
and it's actually kind of good. So she's gonna roast me about this, but we already. And she says, "You already know how I feel about this topic. A dude better be ordering a blue mother punker." Yeah, I can't say that word on air with me. We have Kyle Zimmerman watching. What's up, Kyle? Tanisha says, "Oh boy, here we go." We have Charles Harris watching all the way in Jersey. What's up, Charles?
I fought Charles.
And Tanisha says, "Hell yeah, baby, give me 2 of them."
Uh-oh.
All right,
Who said what?
Can you make those double?
Tanisha.
You don't need a double, because listen, I feel the blood flowing through my
Right?
hand.
Yeah.
Well, let
Yeah.
me take another sip.
I might
Tiger
have,
blood.
I might have to take an Uber home with, with
Jesus.
2 dick juices. On
I know. Or eat some more wings. That'll hook it up.
Yeah, yeah.
So we have Charmaine Cuff that says Henry Nance. Okay. Charles Harris says, "You are awesome." Thanks, Charles. I appreciate that. Tanisha says, "Dick juice for me and bourbon on the rocks for my man."
There you
So-
go.
There we go.
There you go.
So why do women, and we're going off topic of cocktails and food, but this is what the audience is texting us right now, but it's just interesting how we have these stereotypes that exist around alcohol. Jamise says, "I do not care about what you're drinking. Give me good conversation
Yes, I
and
agree.
a genuine person, and we can talk." So there is a woman
Is this
that's,
love connection?
I don't know,
I agree.
Jamise, is this a love connection?
Hey, Jamise.
You know.
Because we so off topic, you know.
So Tanisha, every woman does not feel the same way that you feel. So Tanisha, tell us if you cook with alcohol. So
Tanisha is a grown woman, and I believe I agree with what she says. Who cares if you drink a Hennessy with lemonade, or that's my favorite, by the way. Or
Straw. What's that?
straw?
What you feel about it?
straw.
I'm no straw for me.
Right. Yeah.
I'm serious. Like
Yeah,
no.
yeah.
Really?
I'm no straw.
I don't
So
drink
there-
with the straw, so does that make me less of a woman
Right.
because I don't
No,
drink?
the straws are for y'all, but I'm like, yo, so
Can I chime in on this?
Yeah,
No.
Derek.
A
Tell
straw
us what
is
your
for
thoughts.
stirring.
They said that the straws from American people go around the earth 2.5 times per day.
Yes.
Yeah.
So those straws do not break down. They eventually get out of the ocean. They get into the whales. They get into all that stuff. So plastic in the ocean is a horrible thing. I'm such into the environment and recycling, and
that's why you know straws.
so no straws.
Right.
The where Jay met me last night, that place went no straws.
Yeah.
The bar that I go to for my own cocktails went no straws. Their joke says we don't suck, and they don't serve dick juice.
Hey, well, they should.
Right.
No straws 2018, man.
Right.
No straws all 18, man.
So we still are in the midst of our Causing a Stir segment. We have 3 minutes left for you to put your comments in here and tell us what you think about this conversation, or ask your questions, or tell us how you cook with alcohol. But we want to acknowledge my nephew. He says, Unc, just saying hi. What's up, nephew? Tanisha says, tell her I like a double. I like strong dick juice.
Me too.
You know what?
What, to Tanisha like girls or guys?
Oh.
No, she's
She likes dick
right.
He like
Yeah.
dick
juice. Okay.
Tanisha.
Why's she telling you then?
Tanisha.
Oh, I like dick juice. Tanisha.
So hold on. If it's a problem, if I order a Chardonnay or a sweet drink, that's a problem, right?
No, it's not.
But is it
It's
a
your
cool-
preference.
Do
right.
hold on. How do the men feel when a woman orders a whiskey neat or a tequila neat?
Like she's smoking a
Like she's a
cigarette.
down ass
No,
bitch.
cigarette.
Like she's smoking a black in front of me.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm saying
You
that's
smoke black,
something I
right?
trust.
But the perception is that she's less feminine.
Answer the question.
No,
'cause I
it means
drink-
she's cool.
I drink Hennessy and lemonade. Like
Now we can
give me
jam.
that.
Now we can jam.
Yeah.
But like when you want some stag or something like that, or
What is
or a
that?
beer or something, like it's. Let me order your like Hennessy is something that we should drink at the
Yeah.
crib.
That's
I want you to drink.
couple drinks.
Turn up. Like I
Grand
want.
Marnier, I drink that too.
No, I'm saying like if we out, I want you to look at the menu, examine the menu, get something that you ain't never heard.
If you're
of,
at a nice
live it up.
restaurant, you order it as the chef presents it. You don't change it.
No,
And if
they
they're at a
not.
nice restaurant, they got a cocktail menu because they do some nice
Yeah, you
stuff
do
there.
something off that
Do
menu
something
while
off
we
that
out
menu.
here.
That's like
Make my
And for
pockets
your
feel
first
it.
drink-
Do your
Okay.
thing.
That's like putting
Live it up.
ketchup
Live
on
it
my
up.
steak.
I would. Oh,
So we have 1 minute left in the Causing a Stir segment. We want to acknowledge Floyd Wilson. I know Floyd. Floyd's from Chicago. He's a big-time gospel singer. He says, since y'all want to talk some BS, I want to talk to the woman to the left of you.
I'm gonna want to talk to the woman too.
Okay.
Right. So
you're in the way, Jay.
Although this is my left, though. So, but
Wesley ain't that
He's been
smart.
drinking
Dyslexic, Lord.
juice.
Dyslexic out.
I'm maybe they're looking at it from a different angle or something. So
Or maybe they think you're a woman.
So,
Too much dick juice.
Wait.
That's the problem. You change your whole gender when you get
sorry.
done. No.
so we got
Come on.
Tanisha Bell. She says, see, ain't nobody trying to love connect. Y'all trying to do these love connections in here. Charmaine Cuff said, I don't mind a guy drinking fruity drinks. Just do what you like and be happy. But take a shot every now and then.
Yeah.
Tanisha Bell says, a lot of restaurants are banning straws. So we just talked about that, Tanisha. Charmaine Cuff says, I've had paper straws in drinks. They were quite cute. Tanisha Bell
that's for
says
men, though.
they are doing paper straws. Yep, we just talked about that. No straw. Rodney Martino, what's up? My nephew says I prefer beer, but we'll take shots. Tanisha says, tell them I am shallow as shit. Yeah, we know. Charmaine Cuff says straight. Tanisha says, I am telling her because she said it was a strong drink. That's all. Laughing out loud.
Okay.
Jamie says, I'm a Henny girl. Charmaine
Okay.
Cuff says,
Jameez, I seen you.
Charmaine Cuff says,
That's
I
my
normally
favorite.
Charmaine Cuff says, I normally mix Henny with Malibu. Tanisha says, I like my man to order for me, surprise me,
Told
give
you.
me something new and
told
different to try.
I told you.
Sonia Jones says, I just recently tried Amarillo Sour, loved it. I'm usually a beer in the bottle type
That
of
was
girl.
some college days.
Tanisha says, dang, I should have come down there tonight. This is a fun show. Great guest. Great pairing up for, and I can't see the rest. Chris Morgan says testosterone. I think I went to school with Chris Morgan. All right, but we are in the midst in time for our PSA announcement by my brother, Andrew Snorton.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. As you can tell, the best hour on the internet is each and every Tuesday from 9 to 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We definitely have fun here.
Andrew, you haven't even had no dick juice, so.
Moving right along. As you can tell, this is
Be
definitely
stuttering.
the funnest hour on the internet. Make sure to tune in each and every Tuesday from 9 to 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Rolling Out Magazine's Facebook Live, 100 Proof, provided by Cocktail Chronicles. As you can tell, educating, enlightening, and of course, with a definite shot of humor. And that is keeping it 100 proof.
Yo, Andrew, would you order dick juice at a bar?
Probably not.
Tell us a quick reason why.
Let's see. I think first off, the name,
For starters.
the name, and not necessarily the combination, but starters the name. And now that my palate's a little bit different, I probably start off with the ginger and Jack. That's
All right.
one of my
Do you
starters.
cook with alcohol?
Oh yeah.
What do you cook? What do you cook with alcohol?
Oh, definitely. You can do any type of poultry. I experiment, use wine. Even with fish, when you do beer battered fish with a few seasonings, let it soak the night before, and then late morning, go ahead and put it on low heat, maybe about 200, 250 to let it kind of saturate for a couple hours. And then if you want to grill it, you're good to go. And especially if you go ahead and wrap it in aluminum foil.
I like how your face changed when he asked you about the liquor. You're like, oh, fuck yeah. Like, I like how your face, like,
Well-
you're real calm. And he said, you use liquor? You're like, hell yeah. What do you mean? And you just went off into a
Look, is
liquor
water
tangent. I love
Look
it.
at here, is water wet?
Taste water, new flicks. I love
So
it.
we are in the midst of our On Fire segment. This is where we tell you what's going on around the world. We let you know what's crack-a-lacking in the beverage service industry. And in the news is, how many times have you went into a bar or restaurant and saw a sign that reads, "We reserve the right to refuse and service anyone"? They don't seem like a very friendly greeting. Anyway, what would you do if you went into a restaurant and you saw that sign say, "We reserve the right to refuse or service to anyone"? Any thoughts that immediately come to your mind?
Well, that kind of leads me into a question. When I first, before me moving here, I heard a lot of things with the Houston situation. Is this something similar to the Houston situation?
Right, yeah. So for those that don't know, Houston's restaurant closed here after a big campaign by T.I. that accused Houston of being racist and refusing to service people. And so, yeah, so that's the Houston situation. So
Kinda mirrored it.
currently this is happening again, and I can't necessarily read these notes, but
Somewhere in the country.
absolutely. So what are your thoughts if you see that sign on the window? Any
You know, if
immediate thoughts come to mind?
I will not patronize a place that's gonna kick me out or don't want to serve me because of political beliefs or skin color or whatever. I tell everybody, like with Waffle House, stop going there.
Oh,
Right.
Why? I didn't know.
Well, Waffle House has been on the
News, several
On the news.
situations.
and it's like it's something going around the country right now that our skin color is causing a lot of problems in restaurants, on the streets, with cops, whatever.
Right, and here it is right here. The problem is a loaded one. If a restaurant has a right to refuse service to anyone, then you cannot say that they must serve certain people because of race.
Right.
A racist owner might refuse to serve a black man, but if he has a right to refuse service to anyone, then you cannot make him serve the customer regardless of his motivation. So it kind of basically give them out. But we are going into the midst of our hotspot segments where we have one of Clark Atlanta University's greatest alumni, Anthony, in the building,
Yeah.
serving us some Wendell soup. We need some spoons for this soup, sir. So tell us a little bit about Wendell Seafood.
Well, Wendell Seafood, I'm from Washington, D.C. So basically I grew up on blue crabs like everybody else in the city. And about 50. I've been making this soup about 15 years now, and it was just a hobby. It was just actually it was something I would just make and put into my refrigerator for the wintertime. And when people would come through, I'm like, hey, taste this. So eventually, I got into. Now I would like cook for my crew a little bit, and I work in television, so I would cook for my crew for a little bit. And one year, I brought it into the studio, and just let my crew taste it. And Gary Payton and Chris Webber got a hold of it, and they chased me down the hallway and was like, "Hey, Ant, let me get some more of this soup." I'm looking at them like, well, it's just something I just threw together. So anyway, make a long story short, about 2 years ago, I pretty much started thinking about what I could do to push it and kind of promote it. And a year later, I mean, Wendell Seafood was created, and right now it's going well. I have a big event tomorrow.
Yeah, so tell us about the event. I was just about to ask. So
well, I'm having my first pop-up that actually ended up. I'm at the max of 200 people now.
Hey.
But the funny part about it was me and my team, we created an Ebright, it was just simply for just my friends and people I knew, but the Ebright went public, and we weren't thinking like that. So when I looked up, the Ebright was created that Wednesday, but by Friday, I had 20 tickets left out of 100. I'm like, well, who are all these people? And that's
people love you, man.
Well, no, it was
Clark
people I didn't
Atlanta
know.
University loves you.
But Jay, it was people.
The soup is good. People have heard about
The
it.
soup is
You've been
fire, man.
you've been pushing it for a minute, so people know about you from the soup. So
Yeah, it's social media, yes. So,
yeah.
I mean, yes.
So what
please.
can people expect at the event tomorrow? So are we gonna be able to sample some soup
Oh,
tomorrow
yeah.
as well?
I've been cooking the last couple of nights. It's just been pots and pots and pots. A couple of things I'm introduced to, like my shrimp salad, my mom's famous shrimp salad. So I kind of took the recipe, doctored it up a little bit.
All right.
And where you
crab
from,
salad.
Anthony?
Washington, D.C.
Okay.
Section 8 mob, man. Shout out them.
Yeah.
My guys,
Oh, yeah,
man.
Section 8 mob.
Shout out
That's right.
Poe, man. He the one that got me eating blue pop.
Oh, Poe has had this.
That's my guy. That's my guy. He the one that got me on. Like he got me on blue crab
Right.
heavy, bro. Shout out
Big
Section 8
Poe,
mob.
yeah.
My boy Poe, man. Section 8.
So it's going to be a great event.
Tell them about the grilled cheese. Oh, I can't wait.
You make
I heard
grilled
about
cheese
that.
sandwiches?
Yes. It's,
Wait. Why don't I know about grilled cheese? Why don't we have any grilled cheese here tonight?
Well,
Go with
because
the
it's about
soup.
the soup. It's about the soup. Like
Okay.
tomorrow, it's about the soup. It would be grilled cheese,
Yes.
pastas, wine. It's called Wendell's and Wines. So I'll be doing pop-ups around the city after this event tomorrow. Wendell's and Wines. I'll do a party near you. So if any ladies want parties, people want catering, I'll do, especially for tailgates and stuff, because during football season, it's
Anthony,
cold out there.
Would you serve dick juice at your pop-up events?
You know what? Dick
Yes.
is gonna make me some money. Yeah. That's right. Yeah, exactly.
Would you order dick juice at a bar?
No.
Listen, let me tell you. Just point to it. Hey, yo, I want this.
That's what I said.
And no one knows.
Yeah, I
why?
could- I
Why?
don't think I can
Why?
refer to it by name.
It'd be
These juice,
four of those.
these juice and point at it.
Yeah.
Just
Why?
point to
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Like,
Why
let
would
me
you
get
not?
that right there.
Yes,
Why wouldn't
just
you order
point
it?
to it.
I don't know. But you know what? I guess if
Do society really have us that messed up that, 'cause
Yes. Yes.
that we can't order a drink and
Yes.
and I think
Okay,
it's
hold-
culturally too.
And
I think it's only a black thing.
No, that's
You know,
not necessarily
you don't
true.
think so?
No.
Okay.
That's not true.
No,
Because I think
it's
that-
a black thing. I think white
Yeah.
people order dick juice.
I think a white man will
Yeah,
order
man.
dick juice
Yeah.
without a problem.
He will.
I think other races.
It's a
You
stigma.
know, the white man created this juice, so there you go.
Right.
go.
So we are in the midst of our international sip segment, and so this is where we bring back our liquor sponsor, which is a good segue. So Derek, I saw you in the back of the room shaking your hand. So you don't think this is culturally, or are you saying you do, or what? What's your
There's
thoughts on
tons
that?
of times where that comment is absolutely correct. I don't think this is one.
Okay.
I think.
So
guys-
white man will feel the same way about ordering dick juice.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you can't point to it like she said.
Okay.
But I mean, there's.
You're ordering if you're drunk and you don't care and your buddy's laughing.
You're funny, yeah, but
Right.
you're just not gonna walk in at 7:00 on Peachtree and say, "Give me some dick juice." You ain't gonna do that.
Right, Anthony. We got some
We
dick
got you-
juice
I
right
got you
there
one.
for you. Can you sip some dick juice for us?
You gotta say it like that. People know me.
So tell us your thoughts. How you like the dick juice?
So the creator of Dick Juice is watching tonight.
Right.
The person who gave it to me, and she said, she said she could not comment onto the screen because she has too many coworkers, clients, and family on Facebook.
Interesting.
So there's a stigma, there's a stereotype, there's moments where you know we all can't be ourselves.
Right.
I try to break this as much as possible, but you know I can't do it all the time. And that soup is amazing.
So Anthony,
Oh my
going
God.
back into the soup, tell people how they can find you, where they can find you. How can they buy the soup?
Right now, I'm on all social media outlets. Wendell's with an I, not an E. Wendell's Seafood on IG. Wendell's Seafood on Facebook, and Wendell's Seafood on Twitter. The website is under construction, but you can still I'm taking orders. Or you can go to Wendell's.seafood@gmail.com. So I'm accessible. So,
All right. And do you cook with alcohol?
no, not the soup, but growing up in DC, we actually cook with crabs. I mean, we cook crabs with beer.
I know
So
that.
basically,
Yeah,
you would
yeah.
eat blue
You should
crabs
have brought
with
some
beer.
on the show, man.
Some beer.
And crabs, what you just explained.
Well,
As
we
he
got
drinks
dick
some more
juice.
dick juice.
We got dick juice. I mean, we got dick juice. What we need beer for?
Now, what you doing with those, OG? What you doing with those?
These right here.
Yeah.
Just my
Hopefully
display.
one of them
Yeah,
are
'cause
mine.
I want to buy one. Like I see 3, and I'm like,
Yeah,
let me
please.
get one.
I'll give you a dick one.
Yeah, like can I purchase
Yes,
one?
you can purchase them.
Yeah.
So Chef Eric, as we close out the show, tell people where they can find you real quickly.
I'm at Instagram at Feed You Well, Facebook at Chef Eric Dukes, and the House of Food Private Chef and Catering on Facebook.
All right. And Chef Wood.
All right, man. So the last part of the kitchen, I want y'all to know that we bring on all dope artists, and I kind of interview them, and we end the show with us freestyling, kind of like a homage to Rap City, if y'all ain't too young to know that. So you can catch my music site is It's Wood, but my catering company is Bread and Butter Catering, and I just launched a new catering company called Bread and Butter After Dark. So if you at patchwork or your own office or doing something late between 12 and 4, I got the most beautiful ladies in Atlanta that can pull up on you and bring you whatever you want, gourmet food between 12 and 4 a.m. Hit me
Chef
up.
Wood, nobody voted for you to get your show here
It doesn't
on
matter.
Rolling
God's
Out.
working.
So,
God's working. It's okay.
all right. And tell us about yourself. I mean, tell us where people can find you. See, the dick juice. It's the dick juice. It's the dick
Go.
juice.
Terica, can you come pick me up, please? You can find me on Instagram at Dipped Confections. My number is my cupcakes are the devil, which is why my number is 404-666-DIP1. They are the devil.
Yes, they are.
And as always, be sure to follow us at Cocktail Cron, the number 1. And you can always archive our shows at rollingout.com. So be sure to go and check this out and share it with people at rollingout.com. And be sure to tune in on Friday. We are going to New Orleans and to have a conversation on diversity in the spirits service world. And as always, we want to give a big props to the Clark Atlanta University team. That's my producers, Rasan and Morgan
What's
here.
up, Morgan? What's up?
And so,
Gang, gang.
and Chance, my sound technician, who provided the beats tonight, as you hear. So be sure to stay tuned, and we will see you on Friday from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m., a 2-hour special edition show from New Orleans. So be sure to tune in, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Central Standard Time, that is. Meanwhile, we're about to go out, rocking to Chance.
See money on the beats, man. You know what time it is.